Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has a 15% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think that is 14% too high. Welcome back to Tax Evasion Movie Reviews, the show where I review movies now because I want to be able to write them off on my taxes as a business expense.
That's a write-off.
Today I went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Before I begin, I do want to say something nice. Henson's Creature Shop turned it out! Of course, what else would you expect from Henson's Creature Shop? But these animatronic puppets are spectacular, and that is the only good thing I have to say about this movie. I love puppets and I love practical effects, and now that the movie industry is going to have to compete with artificial intelligence, I think it is wonderful to have a project like Five Nights at Freddy's use actual tangible things that are obviously human-made. That being said, I am not convinced this script was not written by AI. This script is infuriatingly horrible. I honestly think we would have had a better result if we had just asked ChatGPT write a Five Nights at Freddy's sequel movie. I understand I am not really the target audience for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I do not play the video game, but I did watch the first movie and I honestly found it enjoyably bad. This movie is just blatantly bad. For a sequel movie, especially a sequel to a horror or slasher movie, to work, the protagonists need to have learned something and carry it on into the next movie. These people honestly are more oblivious than they were in the first movie. And the child star is honestly too old to be acting this way. She is 11 now, and her actions are that of a 5-year-old. It just doesn't work. Chekhov's gun says when you show something like a gun in the first act, you need to use it by the finale. This movie has so many Chekhov's guns that we build up and then completely ignore for the rest of the movie. This movie doesn't even work as good fan service. There aren't massive dumps of lore and information sprinkled throughout. It's just bland. Megan 2.0 was a bad movie, but they did understand the audience is coming to the theater to see a bitchy robot make cunty quips.
Hold on to your vaginas.
This movie didn't even show off the fan favorite from the last movie, Cupcake. Spoiler alert, the cupcake does not come to life in this movie, despite everyone loving it so much in the first movie. The acting in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 makes my former worst movie of the year pick, Regretting You, feel like everyone in Regretting You deserves an Oscar nomination. McKenna Grace starred in Regretting You, and she also stars in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, so I want to say, McKenna Grace, I saw you in The Handmaid's Tale. You are tremendously talented. Please fire your agent and managers immediately. No one in this movie has any meaningful motivations, and it is mind-numbingly stupid in the worst possible way. Not in a fun, oh, I'm watching a bad movie, let me get popcorn way, in a, this is so bad, I want to bang my head against a wall and hopefully forget seeing this movie. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my entire life. I did not go into this movie expecting a good movie, but I did go into this movie expecting to be entertained and have a good time laughing at a not good movie. I was neither entertained nor did I have a good time. In its 1 hour and 50-minute runtime, it does not manage to pay off anything it's built up along the way, and it ends abruptly on a bizarre cliffhanger. Then there is a post-credit scene that also alludes to the fact we're gonna need a third movie. You do not need a third movie. You do not deserve a third movie. Third movies are earned by people who are making a compelling story. You are not doing anything, and honestly, if you get a third movie, I think it might be money laundering. I give this movie 0 out of 5 onions for everything, and 1,000,000 out of 5 onions for the animatronics made by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Let's give Jim Henson's Creature Shop a round of applause. Alright, my strange little onions, I love you. Have a hug, a cookie, and a juice box, and be sure and let me know what you think of this review in the comments. Mwah.